Hi everyone, welcome to Brain Elements. Today we are going to discuss an important topic. What's that topic? This topic is under grade 10 in O level grade 10 syllabus. We have the 7th unit which comes under the category of chemistry, quantification of elements and its compound. This topic is an important topic, but most of the students are unable to score good marks in their examination. They don't understand this topic. They find this topic as difficult. Therefore, I thought of discussing these topics. Most of the students also text with me to explain this topic. Okay, now we'll start this topic. In this topic, what we will be discussing? We'll be discussing atomic mass unit, what is called atomic mass unit, and then we'll be discussing what is this relative atomic mass, and then we'll be discussing relative molecular mass, and then something called Avogadro constant, and mole. These are the topics that we are going to discuss in this. These are the subtopics under the main topic, quantification of elements and its compound. Now, what is this topic about? This topic mainly related to measuring the mass of the atoms, which is the basic unit of matter, the atoms. How are we going to measure the atoms? What are the units that we are going to use? And we are going to discuss all these things. Quantification of elements and its compound. Quantifying, we are going to give a quantity of atoms. This topic is related to the quantity of atoms of elements. Okay, so on that basis, let me start the topic. This is what we are going to discuss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 topics we are going to discuss. Atomic mass unit, relative atomic mass, relative molecular mass, Avogadro constant and mole, and then there is another topic, molar mass. We are going to clear all these topics. Okay. Let me start the session. Here, if we take any matter, what is the unit that we are going to use to measure the mass of any matter? It's normally grams or kilograms. This is what we use in our day-to-day life to measure the mass of any substance, the mass of any matter. We are going to use the units gram or kilogram. Likewise, when to measure the atoms also, we can use the units gram or kilogram. Then you can ask with me, then if we can use gram to measure the mass of any atom, then why are we going to discuss in detail in this topic? Then why are we going to discuss about relative atomic mass, relative molecular mass, atomic mass unit, mole, molar mass, Avogadro constant? Why do we need to discuss all these topics? There is a reason. When we are measuring the mass of any atoms using grams, there is a disadvantage. What is the disadvantage? Now, for example, let me take the mass of carbon atom. Okay, let me take the mass of carbon atom. I'm using this symbol. Mass of carbon atom. What is the mass of carbon atom? 1.993 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram. 10 to the power minus 23 gram. You couldn't even imagine this number, right? This is a very small number. Okay. Now let me take the mass of sodium atom. mass of sodium atom. So if we take the mass of sodium atom, it is 3.819 into 10 to the power minus 23. Any atom, if we take, it will have the terms 10 to the power minus 24, 25, 23. Likewise, there will be so many decimal points. Now what is this? If we take 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 23 means 0.0000, likewise it goes, and then 1993. You see how much small is it? Okay, so what is the disadvantage of this? Why can't we measure these units? These are very, very small units. No, you can't measure these units. You can't measure it. Now, if I say, theoretically, 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 23 means so much of value. This is the value. No, theoretically, when you are studying, but when I tell you to measure this mass in the scale, you will be unable to measure that mass because it is a very, very small mass. Okay, now anything. Now for example, let me take, you are going to a shop and then you are asking 100 grams of sugar. Okay, you are asking 100 grams of sugar, so the shopkeeper will give you 100 grams of sugar. Likewise, if you go and ask something like, now 100 grams, he will give 100 grams. Now if you go and ask the shopkeeper, give me 0.1 grams of something, 0.001 grams of something, or 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 grams of something, will he measure this mass? Will he measure it and give you this mass? Okay, he can't measure this mass. This is a very, very small mass. And also, we as science students, we know what is this 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 means. 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 means we know 0.001. Okay, but the shopkeeper is uneducated, he is not a science student, so he will be stammering at you. He don't know what is this terms is. Therefore, we can't use this measure. We can't use these grams to measure the mass of atoms of any element. Okay, that you should know it. Why we can't use this, the gram